Top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. Being at our best, we building esteem of self through thinking, guys. And I really want to drop this video because this is a real, hot topic, a real touchy topic. That really involves the rainbow community. I know I've been leaving a lot of videos about this lately, and I think a lot of things in the rainbow community get misunderstood. And in certain ways, people should mind their own business and just worry about how they live their life. So I just want to tell y'all a story about Fleece Johnson. Guys, Fleece Johnson, I want y'all to look him up. Now, Fleece Johnson, back in the day, for y'all younger generation on MSNBC, they called him the Booty Warrior, okay? On MSNBC, Fleece Johnson is an elderly black man. He's about in his 60s right now. He's from Kentucky. Fleece Johnson went to prison when he was 14 or 15 years old. Now, when Fleece Johnson appeared on MSNBC some years ago, he explained that homosexuality in the prison system was a must. It was more important than food. During that interview, he said to be with a man was more important than getting food at this time. Because this man had been locked up since he was 15, 16 years old. So this one, and the reason why I'm leaving this video, because some people are always talking about, hey, some people, are born in the rainbow community, that they're born like that, they're gay, that people are flawed. I don't believe in all that stuff, man. People are people, so that's why I'm telling y'all about who Fleece Johnson is. Now, Fleece Johnson did about like 40-some years in the penitentiary. Now, he's free. He has a channel where he makes videos. So let me tell you a little something about Fleece Johnson. Fleece Johnson, they made him out to be a rapist on MSNBC. That's what they made him out to be. But since he's gotten out, he's made tons and tons of videos about his experiences when he was in prison. From the good and the bad, torture, to rainbow community things. So I'll introduce you guys to this one story about Fleece Johnson. Now, now that he's free after doing 40-some years in prison, because of his history, and he's very open about his sexuality of what he used to do when he was in prison, he said, hey guys, he said, I'm not gay. He said, the thing is, I got locked up when I was so young that the first person I kissed was a man, because he was so young. Said the first person that ever touched him any type of way was a man. The first person that he ever went inside of was a man, because that's all he knew. That's all he was around. You understand what I'm saying? That's all that he was a part of. That's all that he could do. You understand what I'm saying? So now people would tend to say that Fleece Johnson is homosexual, part of the rainbow community, and it's a big argument back and forth. And he said, no, I'm not, because right now to this day he's free and he's a married man. He said he doesn't do that, but he always talks about, a lot of y'all that's faking and shaking, saying that, when y'all want to down the rainbow community, when y'all want to talk about the rainbow community, about what people doing and what they don't do, and all of this, which everybody has to exist. And as I said in a lot of my videos, I have no problem with anybody's community. But this is for y'all gangsters out here, man, and a lot of y'all dudes on the down low. Fleece Johnson would talk about, he never had to take anything. He never had to take anybody's manhood. He would just finesse all of you gangbangers, all of you young people out of it. And how would he do that? How would he finesse y'all out of y'all manhood? Well, it's simple. What he would do is he would give you things. He would give you food. He might feed you for a certain amount of time. After about a month of getting fed, you don't have no money coming in, and you basically owe him money. And a lot of people willingly gave themselves to him, as a way to pay back their debts. A lot of people, man, turn to this type of lifestyle as a way to get protection. A lot of these people, like a lot of y'all down low gangbangers out here, and down lows period, a lot of y'all was like that to begin with, but it took somebody like Fleece Johnson to take that wall that was in front of you and take that wall away and let you know that it was okay. So what Fleece Johnson would do is really crazy, man. Because y'all need to look up Fleece Johnson. A lot of y'all younger people don't know who this is. What Fleece Johnson would do, he would get these hardcore gang members and he would try to make passes at them. Because, man, he would talk about finessing somebody out their manhood is like a dude on the street finessing a woman, you know, to get that number or that cookie, you dig? He said it works the same way. He said, so what he do with these hardcore gang members, a lot of y'all hardcore gang members, a lot of y'all friends, y'all come to prison and it's already in you. You just ain't told nobody yet. What he would do is he would get somebody from that community, a transgendered person, and he would pay them, right, to see what these so-called, you know, thugs was about, right? And so at the end of the day, what would happen is these transgender people will end up in a situation, you know, where they kissing and touching and, you know, all the rest, and they would report back to Fleece Johnson like, oh yeah, you know, he kissed me. Oh, not that gang banging dude that had all the women on the street selling all the work. He kissed you. Oh yeah, you know. And then he, you know, he gave me that top. Oh, he gave you some that top, and I gave him top too. So now Fleece Johnson is interested, right? You know, because this is how in his mind, his psyche, he's getting at people because this is all he know. He had never been introduced to a woman before. So what he would do is he would pay the transgendered person, you know, a certain amount of money because he wanted to catch them in the act. So on many occasions, Fleece Johnson would catch the gangbanger, the hard dude, the dude that's so homophobic, the one that always got something to say about the rainbow community, basically catching. And I mean taking logs, as he would call them. And then after that, it just wasn't no, man, it wasn't no discussion about it. You now were part of the rainbow community. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, being part of his world. And he liked that, you know. But was he born like that? No, he wasn't. That's all he was around for 40-some years. So now Fleece Johnson finessed people out of their manhood for many, 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 many years. And a lot of y'all friends that are in prison, you know, family that's in prison, they have what's called prison wives. And especially in the South, it is super prevalent in the South. Now, on the West Coast out here where I'm at, does that stuff kind of happen? Yeah, but not so much in the South. In the South, it's a whole different set of rules. You know, so I want y'all ladies to watch this too, man, because a lot of y'all boyfriends and stuff that's getting up out of prison and being locked up for all these years, guys, they had a prison wife when they was locked up. They had a prison wife. What is a prison wife? They're prison wife. Or they would have what you call a boy. A boy meaning somebody who got turned out in prison, right? Some of them would have several boys. Fleece Johnson had several of them. And so we talk about, you know, was somebody born like this or did they just turn like this? You know, you are what you put yourself around. You understand what I'm saying? Now, people are going to argue and say, oh, well, yeah, I was born part of the rainbow community. And it doesn't matter. I don't care how you was born, straight, trans, whatever. Whatever you identify with, that's cool. But what we're talking about is, you know, people saying that they was born a certain way. But I seem to think it is just of my opinion that you are what you put yourself around. And in Fleece Johnson's case, like I said, Fleece Johnson, you know, when I can do a reaction video, I'm going to put more on here so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. But Fleece Johnson was somebody, like I said, 14, 15. Every experience that he had was with a man in the penitentiary for over 40 years. So that's all he knew. But some would say that he is part of the rainbow community. He says that he's not because he's a married man right now. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know why so many other people out here are so misguided, undecided, don't know what they are, don't know what they want to talk about being, are ashamed of their past, want to point the finger, or even want to give a certain type of group a bad name with their characteristics just because they can't be real. You know, whatever you are, you know, heterosexual, sapiosexual, bisexual, transgender, whatever, man, be that with pride. Be that with pride. But understand, At the end of the day, it's all a choice for you to be any way that you want to be. It's all a choice. It is a choice. You know, like I said, Fleece Johnson case, and it's a lot of other people cases, it's a choice that they want to cross that line with men. It's a person's choice. A man, if you want to cross that line with a woman, it's a person's choice if they want to cross that line with a transgendered person. You know, it wasn't just born in your head to say, because you didn't even know what that was when you was a baby. As a baby, you did not know what a transgender person was. So you did not wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to be with a transgender person. No, you didn't. You just didn't wake up feeling that way. You didn't even know that anything like that could exist until you saw it. And the thing is, until you have either seen something, right? See it in person. You could have saw something in person. You could have saw, which I'm going to tell y'all a story in a minute. You could have saw something in person. You could have saw something in a magazine, on a movie. Something could have been done to you. Until that's done, you have no knowledge about stuff even like that existing. Case in point, I won't say who it is, but somebody very close to me is part of the rainbow community. Well, here's the thing. That particular person, as a small kid, they saw their mother with this right here on daddy on several occasions as a very, very young kid. That was their first experience, right? That was their first experience of seeing something like that. So in their mind, they said, oh, well, I have something like that, and I know somebody else who has something like that, and, oh, I guess this is where it goes because I saw mommy put it there. So what did they do? They got caught on several occasions doing what they saw mommy do, but they was doing it to another dude. You understand what I'm saying? And to this day, you know, that person is still part of the rainbow community or whatever, and because it's what they saw. Now, if you switch all of this around, right, and you put these same people in a situation, you know, with women, and now, you know, if this is another woman, well, you're gonna know that this is what a woman does. You know, if you see two men together, that's only when you know that two men can be together. When you see two women being together in a certain type of way, that's the way that you know. This stuff don't pop in your head. You don't wake up one day and say, you know what, I think I'm going to go be with a woman today. You don't even know that kind of stuff exists until you're introduced to it, is all I'm saying. You know, like Fleece Johnson. So what I want a lot of y'all to do, man, is get up off the rainbow community, right? Get up off of them. Get up off the transgender community. Get up off the straight community. Get up off every community, period. And do have some education, right? Do a little bit of research. Talk to some people if you're so concerned with how people live their life. But guys, stop making bad comments about people and their sexuality and what you think they do and what you think they don't do, because it's nothing more foolish in this world than spitting out bad information, especially ignorant bad information, and then belittling a person or a group of people, therefore making yourself look stupid. And that don't matter what your sexuality is. God, that could be, you know, black people talking about black people talking about white people, big people talking about little people. It doesn't matter if the shoe fit, wear it. But yeah, that's why I just wanted to kind of let y'all know about Fleece Johnson, who he was and why he was the way that he was during that particular time. And if you know who the booty bandit Fleece Johnson was, go do your research, and you guys are definitely going to comment on this video. But other than that, man, build your esteem of self through thinking. Be the best version of yourself. And whoever you are, please always be the best. Don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about the rest. Be you, because everything else is taken. And have a beautiful day once that gone, church.